Hello, everyone, and God bless. This is Father Michael, with a quick update on everything. It's been a little over a month since I posted my video on Saint Nick and Santa Claus. And as many of you who follow this channel know, or who are in my Discord, I recently was blessed with the birth of my little girl, my daughter, who is pictured in the first slide in this video. And children are a blessing, but 2 children under the age of 2 are a lot of work. Unfortunately, my little girl has a severe issue with colic. She has a lot of regurgitation, a lot of acid reflux, and as a result, she cries and screams quite a bit, and both my wife and I are barely getting any sleep. For me, things have really slowed down in my parish life, my personal life. I am getting back more into the swing of things this weekend. And so I plan to get a video out on an actual topic tomorrow. And I'm going to be giving a shout out to a priest friend of mine who is actually working on trying to build a community in Norway. And so I'll be posting some information about that on the YouTube channel in the video tomorrow, and talking about Orthodoxy culture and being Orthodox, and how one doesn't have to be Russian, Greek, Romanian, whatever, in order to be Orthodox. That Orthodoxy is something that can permeate our lives and change it, but that there are certain aspects of our identity that we don't necessarily have to sacrifice in order to be good Christians. And ultimately, our identity is in Christ, but the way in which we express that identity can look very different from culture to culture and place to place. And we see this within the church. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of a talk about that in tomorrow's video. I wanted to get one out tonight, but we finally got both the kids asleep, and my studio/office where I do all my videos is right next door to a sleeping baby, and I'm just not willing to risk doing that at this time and waking them up and causing a stir. In other news, the GoFundMe has reached its target, and I wanted to say just a huge thank you to everyone who donated whatever they were able to. You know who you are. God bless you. Thank you so much. This has taken a lot of stress off of my wife and I. And of course, I did announce that I would also be sharing a solution when I found it. Now, after months of looking into solutions with working as either a parish priest at another parish or within my own, the situation with my own parish, I still have to wait till the annual general meeting to know what, or what even in terms of amount I might be paid. It won't be much. They are supporting another priest as well. They're supporting the rector, who's been there for 40 years, and he's an amazing man, a wonderful priest. I'll also be doing a video that he recommended that I share on the channel, which will be about what to do at Epiphany if you can't get a priest to bless your home, or Theophany, and what to do in that case. And so, I'll be sharing the Troparion on my channel, and just some tips in terms of how you can approach that if you're not able to get a priest out to your home anytime soon for whatever myriad of reasons. So there's that's on the plan for the coming week. Naturally, with the situation that I'm in, with needing to support my 2 kids and my wife, and with not really having too much certainty in terms of supporting myself as a priest. And I like I said, I have a Patreon up, which is more of a permanent thing, but these things are slow to grow. I've got wonderful Patreons who've been very patient, and we've recently started up my Q&A sessions that we do live in the Discord. I'm thinking about moving those from Wednesdays to Friday nights, just so that's kind of like an end of the week thing, and people can ask whatever questions, and it can be kind of just a chance for us all to hang out and connect, unwind, and hopefully spiritually profit from whatever questions are asked and whatever answers I am able to give. So that's something as well that if you're interested in, my Discord is a good place to join for that. I will be doing a catechetical session now. I'm actually going to be opening up the catechism classes to everyone. So everyone in the Discord can join, regardless of if they're a Patreon or if they're a Discord member or not. Just know that, of course, having Patreon members helps me, as of course the income that comes, with an increase in that will help me to be able to devote more of my time to this. So getting to the solution, my family and I discussed it, and I had gone to college before and had taken various studies and courses in business and a little bit of psychology and sociology. And basically, I left to work and help out my parents when I was younger. This was many years ago, before I had a family, before I was even Orthodox, and I didn't finish my diploma. And so I'm planning to go back to school in May of this year to finish my diploma in the field of social service work, and hopefully we'll either be able to get a job assisting at a school or providing support to my community as best as I can. Naturally, of course, I'd rather be working as a priest full time. Living in a country like Canada, there's all sorts of garbage that, we have to deal with and things that we won't agree with. But in the long run, I have to support my family. And I'm not, going to put them in a position where my priesthood could cause a rift or where it could cause my wife or my kids to despair. I want them to draw closer to God through what I'm able to do, as an example to them and as a priest. And so I'm going back to school in May to complete my 8 months. And so I'll be looking for any way that I can to make that happen, financially and just time-wise. And it'll only take me 8 months and then I'll be done. So that's the solution is just getting a diploma, getting that done, 8 months, and getting to work in my field. And as a result, the only social media, quote unquote, that I will be actively engaging in is my Discord server and my YouTube channel. I'm shutting down my Facebook. There's just too many distractions on there. There's a lot of craziness, as many of you who follow a lot of Orthodox channels and Orthodox personalities online will know. There seems to be different camps coming up, and I don't have time to engage with those who are looking to just make a name for themselves off of slandering priests and those who just simply don't agree with their lukewarm positions. Many of you on this channel know my take on things and know that I'm what you would call a traditionalist. Some would call that rigorism. But I'm not looking to throw the book at anyone and hold them to an impossible standard while not being able to meet that standard myself. Pharisaism, by definition, is not simply being strict. It's being strict with others and being lenient with yourself. And that's something we see with the Pharisees in the New Testament. They'll apply a certain strictness to everyone, but they'll look to benefit. They'll look to kind of get some kind of ease for themselves. Traditional Orthodox Christians, such as Father Peter Heers, Father Josiah Trenum, in terms of my mindset, I would say myself and my spiritual father and many others, they're not looking to whip the book at people and place an impossibly high standard on them. They're looking to set a standard and a precedent. And naturally, of course, there's many things in which we have to, being priests, in which we pastorally address certain things that, isn't just a one-sided thing. There can be multiple facets in how you approach situations with people and the therapies that are applied. But to never apply any therapy, to never apply any penances, as I've said many, many times over, is actually abusing them and doing a disservice. And it would seem that those who are detracting from the work of people like Father Peter Heers, Father Josiah Trenum, Father Cosmas, it seems like these people want no discipline whatsoever. They just want everything to be chill and laid back, and there's no accountability. And yet at the same time, these people will go on and on and on about being nice people, about being Orthodox Christians, but then they'll slander, they'll just come out with absolute vitriol. And it's very clear what their goals really are, and that is to bring the world into the church and not in a way in which the world is being purified, but in which it is influencing the church. And so, we have to be careful with who we're listening to. Anything you hear on this channel, of course, you should discuss with your spiritual father. You should always do that. You should have an open line of communication with him. I'm not your spiritual father. I may be a priest, but I'm not your spiritual father. If you and I don't have that relationship, don't just necessarily run off my recommendations without first, talking with a spiritual father. And even then, I've never tried to really give too much instruction that way. My desire with this channel is to bring good information, catechesis, and a straightforward approach that isn't rife with academic nuance and trying to impress others, and who might be in their ivory towers trying to impress each other, or trying to tout myself as some all-knowing theologian. I don't have an MDiv, and you know what? I'm not ashamed of that. I don't care. There are many good priests out there who don't, and there are many great priests out there who do. These kind of things don't determine who you are as an Orthodox Christian. There's nothing that you will learn in seminary that you cannot learn as a layperson even. There is no saint, no text that you can't go out there and read for yourself and learn to look at these things yourself. And so, judge for yourself. Hold up what people are saying, including myself, in the light of the saints, in light of the Holy Fathers. And, if we get something wrong, we get something wrong. If I get something wrong and somebody tells me, I'm going to apologize, and I'm going to be forthright about it. And if I think I have a point on what I'm saying, I'm going to stand by that point, but I'm going to do so in a way that isn't looking to name names or detract people. And I certainly have my detractors, and, I'm not going to name them. And for those who watch this and might have some clue as to who those might be, leave them alone. Don't bother them. They've got themselves to deal with, and, whether they're right or wrong, let God be the judge on that. So with that said, this is my update. I love this community. I love all of you, and I really appreciate what you guys have done for me with your prayers, with your support, with your encouragement, your suggestions. And I'm hoping to make 2023 an incredible year for this channel, and to really continue to pump out good content, thoughtful content. I really want to start doing some videos that are more zeroed in on certain saints and what they exemplify for us, and the prayers that we can do to them, and the ways in which we can just appreciate the wonder and glory that God has manifested in their lives and in our lives as Orthodox Christians. So with that said, everyone, Christ is born, glorify him, and Christ has revealed himself unto the world. And Happy New Year. God bless you all. Thank you.